Holding space for my wife today because honestly, today is hard. And this is my way of telling you that
Donald Trump is your president, and if you like it or not, keep the energy you had with Barack, cause you know this Trump train don't stop.
What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Let me know if you guys can hear me good. Today is Sunday, the 24th, 2024. Shout out to everybody watching. Let me know if you can hear me. Drop it in the comment section down below. Is the mic good? Can you hear me well? Can you hear me well? If you're catching this on the live, come on in, come on in. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section. Let me know. I am going to check. It looks okay. Cool. Thank you, my mind. Appreciate you. What is up, Thomas? Hope everybody had a good Sunday today. Mine was great. Thanks for asking. We're going to jump into some stories over the weekend. We have some interesting stuff going on with Sunny, our favorite color commentary at The View. We have more news on Elon purchasing MSNBC, and their audience is tanking like when you flush something down the toilet. And then we have Kamala Harris sipping margaritas in Hawaii. Where has she been? And then we have a little bit of Joe Biden action from last night. What is up? Hope everybody's doing amazing. Joe Sperling says, church was great today. God is good. Yes, God is good. Hallelujah. Amen. Church was amazing for me today as well. Thank you for the audio check. Church was amazing today for me. I do the early service at about 8 o'clock PST. And yeah, it was wonderful. I actually serve also on the church team. Shout out to those individuals that serve, and my dog wants some action in the video too. What is up, Zadie? He says, Kamala Harris deserves a vacation on taxpayer money. So does Joe Biden. That guy is on the beach. He's ready to dip. He's ready to Tula dip. He's out of here. Let's jump into some sunny action. Some sunny Bo Bunny. Here we go.
You know, I know that as a country, it's very difficult for people to believe that racism and misogyny, they're just alive and well. My lived experience tells me that it does still exist.
Pause. Maybe it's not because people are racist or misogynist. Maybe, just maybe, if we're going, this is all predicated on your behavior on air being who you are. Could be because you're a raging bitch.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
I don't know if any of you guys have dated a Latina, but Sunny is Puerto Rican, and to get a Latina to say that they're wrong about something is a feat. It's like climbing Mount Everest, and you saw her face right there. She was like, I do have a legal note. But here's the kicker. About 6 months ago, she did a DNA test. And this is what she found out. Did you guys see this already?
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others. Wow.
I think that is the funniest thing because she consistently talks about racism and the suppression of black people, yet she lives in a $7 million mansion. Yeah, it's bananas to me. What? She found out that she's a clown. That's what my mind says. Let me change these banners because these banners are not jamming with me right now. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Now the banners are looking good. Yeah, Dorothy says, wow. Wow. Yeah, we all should be so oppressed. That's what Donna. What's up, Donna? Donna in the house. Where was I going to go? Oh, yeah. Sorry. My dog she's excited. It's a beautiful day outside and she's ready to go. But, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Rob. Really appreciate that. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know before we jump into the next segment, I am giving away, because I wanted to say thank you to all the subscribers and thank you to everybody that watches the channel. And I just wanted to show my appreciation specifically for Thanksgiving and the holiday season. So every day, I am going to be giving away a $25 gift card from Amazon from today until Saturday, and it'll be randomized. It is a free sweepstakes. I have to say that for the YouTubes. It is a free sweepstakes. All you have to do to enter to win is type in the comment section down below is the word giveaway. The system will randomly pick a winner each day, and then I will disperse the winners on Saturday. And then the way that we'll do it is simply, I'll give you an email to email me, and then you'll confirm, you'll edit the comment, and then I'll send out the $25 gift card. So in the comment section, yeah, in the comment section, go back on the video, and then in the comment section, just type in giveaway. I'm going to be giving those away from today, starting today. Today is the giveaway day, just to say thank you to all the subscribers and thank you to everybody for all the support. But so from today until Saturday, Saturday is the 30th, and then I will be doing that on the video because I'm going to go live every day this week at about 5:15 PST, because it seems to be that's the time for everybody. So, yeah, on those lives, just type in the word giveaway. So, thank you guys, everybody. Milf and Coffee in the house. Milf and Coffee. Shout out to Milk and Coffee's profile pic, by the way. Nothing beats a titty party invitation. Let's go. Bring the baby oil. Not. All right. We are going to jump into Elon Musk. Let me get my situation over here handled. Boom. And let's jump into some Elon Musk stuff. Elon Musk is set out to buy MSNBC. He bought Twitter just simply through a tweet. But here's a little intro for it.
Headline tonight involving media, power, and politics. Tonight, the world's richest man has just bought Twitter for $44 billion. What this means tonight, how Twitter could now change, who's happy, who's concerned, and what about those who've been banned, including former President Trump?
Not anymore. 2 years later.
Hey! Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
MSNBC's audience is completely tanking. It is dropping in ratings. Rachel Madcow, aka Mark Cuban, took a $5 million pay cut. Their audience continues to dwindle. It continues to dwindle. It continues to go down, and it's not looking good. And imagine if Elon Musk bought MSNBC. How amazing would that be? That would be actual news. MXNBC. Imagine.
Trump is back in power. And one of the things that has happened amazingly since Kamala's loss is that the MSNBC audience, which was already tiny, has basically completely disappeared. Like the number of people watching those shows when they're live in prime time with that big gigantic corporate power behind them promoting it, it's less than a lot of like YouTube shows. That audience is gone, in part because they feel disillusioned that the people they trusted, who told them Trump was going to prison, the whole Trump family was going to prison, Trump could never win, he was going to be in jail before the election, all the women were going to rise up and vote for Kamala out of anger toward Trump. None of that happened. And they're like, I've been watching this show every day for nothing. None of it happened. None of it was true. And that audience is gone, half out of disillusionment and anger, but half out of just like kind of checking out through impotence and helplessness.
Imagine that if Elon bought MSDNC, how that would change the landscape. This is PBD talking about even Hallmark. I didn't even know Hallmark was still around. But Hallmark is beating CNN and MSNBC on viewership. Hallmark? What?
And MSNBC. You're at a point that you're okay losing to Fox. You're at a point that you're okay losing to Rogan. You're at a point that you may even okay losing to other podcasters, right? You know, election night, some people are putting more numbers than you are. We did that on election night. You're like, listen, those guys are amateurs. We're pros. We built the Titanic. The amateurs are building the Joe Rogan Experience, the PBD podcast, all this other stuff. But these are amateurs. But imagine you wake up one day and your producer comes to you and says, guys, what? Hallmark just beat us. Well, bro, what are you talking about? Hallmark just beat us. Tell me nobody's written that article yet. Bro, they wrote it already. That's bullshit. No. Hallmark? They make cards. Give them a Hallmark. Hallmark beat CNN and MSNBC in viewership last week.
No way.
Here's a
Hallmark?
supersized guide to rating in all 32 new holiday films. Can you imagine that?
Man.
How do you let Hallmark beat you? You can let a lot of people beat you. You cannot let Hallmark beat you. We're talking about practice, right? We're talking about Hallmark. We cannot be talking about Hallmark here, right? I mean, you understand
practice.
What the reference of the...
Could you imagine that Hallmark is beating MSNBC and CNN in regards of audience? That is crazy. Tom said, considering the fact that the market capitalization of Tesla is nearly 1.2 trillion and that Elon owns 22%, capital is definitely not a problem. We know that, right? We know how crazy, insane is that a thought, right? I brought this up in a previous video, but that is a really cool thought to see the potential of this even get thrown around, that Elon is going to buy MSNBC. Bananas. What's up, Terry's wife? Hello. My wife loves Hallmark Christmas stuff. You know what? I haven't watched Hallmark in a very long time. I didn't even know it was still around. I remember watching it as a child. They used to have like, maybe that was Lifetime. That was the Lifetime movies. But Hallmark Christmas movies are good. But I'm thinking about Lifetime. Lifetime always used to have like these dramatic family scenario movies that would go on. But imagine that. Obama's Riskin' My Biscuit says, Obama's legacy will be meaningless after Donald Trump is rebuilding it. Honestly, I think, to kind of go on that trail, I think Obama's legacy is absolutely trashed after he started talking down to voters. He started talking down to voters for the Kamala Harris campaign. And, he just doesn't have that umph anymore like he did when he originally ran. I think he's toast. What is that guy, Omar? Oh, I don't even know. Omar. Where's Omar? Oh, yeah, I don't know. We got a troll. All good. We got a troll. We love the trolls. Stephanie says, Hallmark is the same plot, but different characters. LOL. Oh, man. All right, here we go. This is a little snippet. Shout out to the United Spot on YouTube. If you guys aren't following United Spot on YouTube, they are absolutely hilarious. They did a quick parody of Elon Musk potentially purchasing MSNBC. So what they do these kind of meme characters. It is absolutely hilarious.
Trump is just ruining America. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello, this is Rachel.
Hello, Rachel. It's Elon Musk.
What do you want?
I just wanted to find out which desk is yours.
Why do you want to know that? Are you stalking me? Help! Police!
I just wanted to tell Joe Rogan where his desk was.
What?
You're fired.
No!
Hey, what's up? I'm Joe Rogan, Mad Al, and here's your daily bullshit.
Oh, man, it smells like white people up in here.
Hello, Joy.
Hey, we don't allow no Trump supporters up in here.
You do now.
Hell, police! I'm being attacked by a white man.
You're fired, Joy. Bye-bye. Pack your shit and get the out.
Please don't. I promise I'll change. This job is my life. Just give me another chance.
Nope. Get the out.
Just please don't give my job to no white man.
Hey, Joy. Nice desk. Hey, I think I'm going to rename your show The Gay Sound. What do you think?
What am I going to do for work now?
I'm sure you'll find something.
Welcome to the Waffle House. Can I help you? Life is just so hard right now. Because of no, hang on, I'm getting a check.
Is it from your intern?
No, it's from Elon Musk.
What?
What does he want? He says he's buying Twitter and we're all fired.
Hey, Joe, you want to get the
out of my chair? How are the people supposed to know where to go to the bathroom now? This is like so gross.
You're all fired.
Light, camera, bullshit. It's all.
Hey. Oh, man. Imagine if Alex Jones was hosting. I don't know if he would, but I know there was an article recently posted that Elon Musk might potentially buy InfoWars. I know that they were going through some stuff. Aussie Greg says, I love United Spot. They are absolutely hilarious. Let's finish this up.
Just all Kamala should have won. It's all
hey, Rob!
What?
You're up on MSNBC.
No! I'm never getting out of here.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's MSNBC. Risking my biscuit. This is hilarious. Shout out to United Spot for doing this. If you guys aren't following United Spot, give them a follow. So a couple videos ago, we were talking about this Ukraine-Russia situation. Hey, what is going on? What is going on? My dog wants a walk. She wants a walk. A couple days ago, we were talking about the Ukraine-Russia situation, and then I had brought up a question about potential impeachable defenses. And Stephanie, shout out to Stephanie in the chat, sent this video over.
use the attackums. So storm shadows and attackums, you can use them all. This is in direct violation of what President Biden said when he was Senator Biden. Here he was on Chris Matthews' Hardball saying that this is an impeachable offense to get us into a war like this. It's unbelievable. Watch.
But I want to ask you about something you've been involved with. You said that if the President of the United States had launched an attack on Iran without congressional approval, that would have been an impeachable offense. Do you want to review
Absolutely.
that comment you made? Well, how do you stand on that now?
Yes,
do you think
I do. I want to stand by that comment I made. The reason I made the comment was as a warning. The reason I don't say those things lightly, Chris. You've known me for a long time. I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee for 17 years, or its ranking member. I teach separation of powers and constitutional law. This is something I know. So I got together and brought a group of constitutional scholars together to write a piece that I'm going to deliver to the whole United States Senate, pointing out the president has no constitutional authority to take this nation to war against a country of 70 million people unless we're attacked or unless there is proof that we are about to be attacked. And if he does, I would move to impeach him. The House obviously has to do that, but I would lead an effort to impeach him. The reason for my doing that, I don't say it lightly. I say it because they should understand that what they were threatening, what they were saying, what was adding up to be, what looked like to the rest of the world what we're about to do, would be the most disastrous thing that could be done at this moment in our history that I can think of.
Thank you, President Biden. It's like going into a time
I don't think
capsule.
he remembers that.
Can you imagine? Like he's literally
She said,
calling
I don't
for the
think he
impeachment of
remembers that.
himself. He's laying the groundwork for, as Thomas Massey said, like the impeachment.
It's interesting because they sent out those missiles, and Biden here says that it's an impeachable defense. People are bringing up, Bobby says, is that the real Biden? You know what? When I look back and I see videos and footage of Joe Biden back then versus to what I see now, I know age is a thing, and I know Father Time is like the winner of everything, but to see Joe Biden's significant decline and to just see how he looks now versus then, it is incredible to think like, hey, is that maybe the real Joe Biden? King Bull says, does anybody still have doubts that Biden has doubles? Who knows, right? Like that Joe Biden, this Joe Biden right here.
The reason I don't say those things lightly, Chris. You've known me for a long time.
This Joe Biden from this Joe Biden to the now Joe Biden, it's a totally different person. It is a totally different person. Stephanie says, embarrassing, eat your words. That right there is not the same person. That's what King Bull is saying. Bobby says, nah, that's a totally different man. Thomas says, with regards to Ukraine, Biden actions as president and commander-in-chief could be interpreted as the United States using Ukraine as a proxy nation in a war against Russia. Ozzy Greg says, man, how the years have caught up. Exactly. Terry says, I think that Biden has several clones. I don't know. You might be right. Because the Biden that we see and the Biden that we've seen specifically over the past 12 months, this is not the same dude. Maybe, you know, the early onset dementia, the cognitive decline, the gravity, you know, catches up. Unless you're Nancy Pelosi. Gravity does not catch up with you unless you're Nancy Pelosi, because you have good face doctors. Nancy Pelosi is still trying to look like she's 25. Looks like Tom Hanks in a costume. Margie says, Tyson, you can tell that there is a double. Just watch the real Biden and his beady eyes and AI, or the double has wide eyes and no blinking. Biden and Jill did a dinner on the lawn to address supporters 2 days ago. And you know, it went in Biden-ly.
We've stuck to our principles, set a high standard for character and integrity in public life. And I must say, I followed that standard because I had no choice. I'm Jill Biden's husband. That's the title I'm most proud of. Jill's the rock of our family. She's been one of the, I think, one of the finest first ladies in history, in my view. One thing I've always believed about public service, and especially the presidency, is the importance of asking ourselves, have we left the country in better shape than we found it? And tonight, I can say with all my heart, the answer to that question is a resounding yes, because of you.
Poll that we're releasing this morning, and in it, voters are deeply dissatisfied with the direction of the country. Just 20% of voters believe this country is headed in the right direction. 74% say the nation is on the wrong track. Let me tell you something about this moment. We have had this sustained period of 70%, about a year now.
Meager 36% approval rating, down 6% since February. ABC News reporting that's the lowest ever for a first-term president at this point in office.
Mortgages, car loans, credit cards. Americans are borrowing more than ever. U.S. household debt now at $17.94 trillion. For credit cards, that debt has never cost more. The average interest rate almost 22%.
Think about that.
And the nation's gross national debt hit a record high on Monday, rising above $35 trillion.
$35 trillion. Doge, January, the new administration cannot come in quick enough. $35 trillion. That's gross. Grant Rogers says, have you seen Pelosi from below the neck? I don't want to. I immediately got the thought of, I immediately got the thought of that movie, Something About Mary. There's a woman that significantly tans in that movie. And that's the image that I got when I read this comment. Dr. Jill Biden has created Frankenstein that we had for 4 years. Yep. Not just Biden, but Hillary as well. Totally different. Hillary Clinton. Man, she's definitely changed too. King Bull says he was wiping the ice cream away from his... But when you think about that, $35 trillion in debt, people are struggling more than ever. And the approval rating for this administration is probably one of the worst. I would say it's probably worse than Jimmy Carter. Stephanie says, did you see the Dog X on post about what they discovered in spending, or the Doge? I said dog. The Doge X on post on what they discovered on what they're spending. I think it's like 28 million for camo patterns in another country. That is crazy. That is crazy to me. Tom says, is this guy for real? Why does his speech writers humiliate him with such absolute nonsense? I agree. I think they're the same speech writers that that Kamala Harris had. There was a video that was going around about a 6-year-old speech writer that wrote the speeches for Kamala Harris. But Ozzy says 81 million votes. Yeah, right. Donna with the money laundering. Yep. I think $27 million went to a Biden administration. We covered that in a couple videos ago. But these career politicians, this is all that they do. They take money, and then they just put it in their pocket. Risking My Biscuit said, I told my buddy that not to buy a brand new car. I told him to wait a year. Donald Trump will make cars more affordable than ever before. You know, I told a buddy of mine the same thing about a year and a half ago. But did he listen? No, he didn't listen to me. I said, dude, do not buy a new car. And he didn't even actually buy a new car. It was a used car. But he paid close to $100,000 for this car. It was a Tesla Model X. That was when the prices of these cars were skyrocket high. And I'm like, gosh, darn it, man. Just wait. Just wait. My cars are paid off. I was actually speaking to a buddy at church today. I haven't had a car payment since 2007, 2008. Both the cars I have are paid off. I bought the truck that I drive. That was on payments. I paid that off, and then I have a SUV that's paid off. But yeah, I would never, man, to think about having a car payment again. Insurance is crazy. I just switched my insurance about 6 months ago. I'm glad that I did because I was overpaying for insurance. But yeah, to have a car payment for what? You know, for what? I just actually brought one of my cars in to get painted. And then it makes me feel like I got a new car. You know, I get it repainted, and I'm good. Rob said, I'm $240 in the hole right now as well. Terry says, my car is 18 years old. Awesome. They run good. Speaking of cars, you remember when the Biden administration invested $7.5 billion into EV charging stations and produced just eight charging stations in over 4 years. Then we have Pete Buttigieg. What a name. We have Pete Buttigieg talking about on Face the Nation about this. I can't believe they spent 7.5 on charging stations and only built 8.
The Federal Highway Administration says only 7 or 8 charging stations have been produced with a $7.5 billion investment that taxpayers made back in 2021. Why isn't that happening more quickly?
So the president's goal is to have 500,000 chargers up by the end of this decade. Now, in order to do a charger, it's more than just plunking a small device into the ground. There's utility work, and this is also really a new category of federal investment. But we've been working with each of the 50 states. Every one of them is getting formula dollars to do this work, engaging them. And the first handful, again, by 2030, 500,000 chargers. And the very first handful of chargers are now already being physically built.
The Federal Highway.
That is crazy. MILF says Pete Buttigieg. Oh man. How many of you guys have car payments? I just want to know. How many of you guys have car payments? When I asked for help, I'm making $2 a month, too much to qualify. Oh man. Stephanie says, I saw a post after the hurricane of flooded areas, charging stations in the areas so ruined. People can't use them either, obviously. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a story. Tesla was in the headlines. I think it was for a hurricane or a fire. I think it was for a hurricane. It was for some natural disaster. And Teslas have a mileage limit on them. And some of those individuals couldn't charge up. And Tesla, they had some backlash for this. Tesla increased their range in order for them to get out of, areas that were going to be damaged. And they got significant backlash for that. But, speaking about the flooding situation, we're sending a bunch of money overseas for these war hawks, for these situations overseas that don't matter to Americans. And these people in North Carolina, winter is a-coming. Winter is here. And some of those folks are living in tents. And some of those folks are, they still haven't got some additional funds from FEMA. All their belongings are gone. And they're living in tents, and it's cold, and it's winter. Why aren't we sending money over there? Why aren't we helping them out? You know? So some of you guys do have car payments. Cool. Oh, that's not bad. $700 a month for a Jeep payment. It's not bad, but insurance and all that stuff. My car is 14 years old and still runs brand new. I try to invest my hard-earned money into assets to increase value. Vehicles lose value as soon as they drive off the lot. 100%. I'm a huge proponent of that, Tom. Some of you may not know, or some of you guys may know, I purchase real estate as assets. And I think that's predominantly one of the main reasons why I don't purchase a new vehicle, because I'd rather buy an asset. S&P 500 is great too. The question about Nancy Pelosi is, have you ever seen silicone below her neck? Oh man. My mind says I save what my monthly car payment is for vacations. Good. Kudos. I love that, my mind. Oh, and if you guys, my mind, can I share this? If you guys aren't part of the Discord group, check the link in the description down below. We have a Discord group where we share memes, videos, stories, and then all the community in the chat is in the Discord group. But we are, my mind is hosting an event on the 30th, I believe. It is, if you guys are wrestling fans, we'll be in the Discord group. Risking My Biscuit says, if you're trying to go to Vegas a couple months ago and an EV semi-truck caught on fire and closed the freeway from California to Las Vegas down for 3 days. I do remember that. Actually, a buddy of mine was caught in that. He actually had to get off, and he stayed the night somewhere. What is up, Allison? Arizona in the house. Arizona. I like Arizona. Terry says, I pay $125 for insurance. Wow, that is really good. That is really good. Let's see. Okay, cool. So I'll share it. Okay, I already did, by the way, but by the time I got to the comment. So if you're part of the Discord group, you can check it out. My Mind's hosting a WWE wrestling event on the 30th. Just small plug. If you're part of the Discord group, you can check it out. We watch fights and stuff like that. But anyways. All right. So Kamala Harris is out in Hawaii sipping margaritas. Margaritas, right? We remember when Trump said this, that you remember when she took a couple days off of her campaign. This crazy. She took a couple days off.
I was going to hit her really hard on the trail today, but now I don't have to because she's off. She's off. No, I can't get over it. Who the hell takes off? We have 14 days left, and she'll take a couple of more days off, too. You know why? She's lazy as hell, and she's got that reputation. She's a radical left lunatic. She's further left than Bernie Sanders or Pocahontas. Now, Pocahontas... Because I think, is Pocahontas further left than Bernie? Just about, right? It's close. It's close. Who the hell?
So she took a couple days off during her campaign. We remember that. And then this is just a refresher because I had to pull this up. You guys remember Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown? How many of you guys are a fan of Joe Brown here? But he says this about Kamala Harris.
But I got to ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching. She's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly, but you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And I say this, I don't care, women, you do what you want to do if you want to have recreational sex, but when you do the casting couch or anything else for professional purposes to get paid or advance, you a hoe. And she's an old hoe. And the problem is what is she supposed to do? Somebody, one of her sycophant slaves comes up and unwraps her in a carpet naked at Putin's feet, and he says, oh yeah, I'm Julius Caesar. He said, no, ho, I got better stuff here already. Plus, I don't want you anyway, you old woman.
So Joe Brown has been, exposing Kamala Harris for a very long time. And specifically, he came out more openly when she was running her campaign. And, the reason why I bring that up is because a reporter, our favorite, Jean-Pierre, okay, Kamala Harris has been MIA. She's been MIA since she lost. She hasn't been around. And a reporter asked Miss Jean-Pierre, where is Kamala Harris?
To Hawaii while DNC staffers are just wondering what they're going to do for work. The vice president has taken time off to go spend time with her family. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think she deserves some time to be with her family and to have some downtime. She has worked very hard over the last 4 years, and her taking a couple of days to be with her family, good for her. Good for her. Thanks, everybody.
What? You are the sitting vice president, not that she did much anyways, and she's taking time off to be with her family. Meanwhile, Donna says there's wars everywhere. There's stuff going on. Biden was in the jungle a couple days ago. They didn't even want to take a photo with Biden. Biden wasn't even in that photo. But who's this just shows, right, who is actually running this country. It is the puppeteers, the string masters of this administration. Because she's taking time off. She's taking time off. Biden's taken more time off than any president ever. I think he spent, Tom can probably fact check this, but I think it was like over 40% of his administration, of his term as president, he spent more time on vacation. Kathy says, Kamala doesn't have family. They all disowned her. Yep. Kamala is in Hawaii for her 100th vacation. She's trying to save, there's been rumors speculating that the incredibly flamboyant former domestic violence individual Doug Emhoff and her are having issues. And there is some rumors slewing that she might run in California or she might run in 2028. I don't know if she's trying to amend those situations or figure out what is going on, but she doesn't need to be on vacation. She doesn't need to be on vacation. I get Thanksgiving. Cool, great, fantastic. But there's stuff going on right now, things that need to be addressed. Wars, people living in tents, FEMA, all these situations. And then we just have Jean-Pierre over here blinking her eyes and closing her book and leaving. Alice says, oh, Lord. Oh, man. Oh, man. We have Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, right? Admitting that she was guilty of TDS and that Trump broke her brain.
Politics has substituted religion to some extent. People have almost like this religious zealotry toward their political beliefs. And when that happens, it's really difficult to have a conversation with someone without it immediately devolving into allegations of bad faith, of, you know, lying, deception, all sorts of things. And so maybe that's part of it. But honestly, I didn't really notice this as an issue in America until Donald Trump was running for president and then after he got elected as president. And I am 1,000,000% guilty of honestly allowing him to kind of break my brain for a little bit because I saw him as such a significant threat. I think that politics has substituted religion to some extent. People have almost like this religion.
Kathy says their fake marriage. Speaking about Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff. Risking My Biscuit said she's only running for California governor to raise money to pay for the $20 million that she owes to the DNC. She owes a lot of money. She owes a lot of money. Where's that money coming from? My mind says, I would love to read a book on how to spend $1 billion. $1 billion in 112 days by Kamala Harris. That is, when you put it like that, my mind, right? $1 billion in 112 days. When you put it like that, you're like, what? What? You spent $2 million on Harpo, Oprah's productions. You spent $100,000 creating a fictitious Call Her Daddy set. $10 million on Beyonce, presumably. Eminem, presumably, got like $1 million. These other people got a couple $1 million. Eminem got $1 million. Gosh. And then, what? They spent 4 years wasting their breath on Project 2025 nonsense that they're never actually looked at the truth. Yep. Yeah. And Donna says it was closer to $2 billion with the PAC money. Yikes. Yikes. Kamala Harris just needs to put her head down and get to work, huh? Ooh, this is actually what we're going to get into here shortly. Everything about this woman is fake. Candace Owens finally got the father's birth certificate and still answers nothing. Nothing was ever signed. I have a little bit of that, which I'll share here shortly. Brainwashed by the media, Donna says. Let's actually jump into that right now. So I'm not going to share this entire video, but shout out to Candace Owens if you haven't been following her for her expose. But she got her father's, Kamala Harris's father's birth certificate. It's humorous to me to think that her father's name is Donald J. Harris. It's just funny to me, but I'm just going to share maybe about 2 minutes of this.
Quotation here. The CIA was initially interested in discovering a truth serum. At the time, many believed in the possibility of a drug to use in interrogations that would eliminate all inhibitions and prompt subjects to speak without reticence. The CIA first experimented with the use of LSD with little luck and later delved into different types of psychotherapy and hypnosis in the hopes of discovering the secret of mind control. Out of the research and experiments that were undertaken within hospitals and laboratories, those that took place at McGill, known as MK Ultra Subproject 68, were perhaps the most notorious.
So she goes in to talk about the MK Ultra project, about potentially, because that's where her mom spent her time at that university. And here is the birth certificate information that Candace Owens discovered.
Paying for it to be expedited. We were supposed to get it within 3 to 5 days. We did not receive it within 3 to 5 days. And the election is over. And lo and behold, Jamaica's registrar's office sends us Donald's birth certificate. Drum roll, please. I'm going to show you this birth certificate right now up on the screen. Look at this, okay? And you can see this is very new. I'm also holding this here in my hand. It's very, very new, okay? Not a big deal. You have to reissue the birth certificate. You're not going to send me an original copy. But we're going to get closer here and notice some things that are very, very wrong about this birth certificate. The first thing being his name. We have been searching this entire time, and he is known publicly as Donald Jasper Harris. The birth certificate that we have, and we can confirm that his birthday is correct. We have August of 1938, August 23rd, 1938. That is, in fact, Donald Jasper Harris's birthday. But this man's name is Donald Joseph Harris, which just throws us for a loop. Who is Joseph? Where did the Joseph come from? Did he change his name to Joseph, or did he change his name to Jasper? We are unclear about this. Then we are just utterly shocked at the lack of information on this birth certificate, okay? Let's scroll down here. There is no father listed at all. Father does not exist on this birth certificate, so we cannot confirm that she is from Oscar Joseph Harris's family, although in her book she says that she is. We cannot confirm what age he was at her birth because he's not there, his occupation, nothing. We've got almost the same amount of no information regarding the mother, but we have Beryl Finnegan listed. It won't tell us whether or not she had children prior, doesn't exist. It will not tell us. Oh, also, I should just point out here, her name is spelled Beyril, Finnegan. And that just makes me instantly go, why would Kamala not know how to spell her grandmother's name?
Because she can't spell.
Wouldn't you know how to spell she spells in her book Beryl. So are we to believe that the birth registrar of Jamaica got it wrong? And now I know in my mind, I said, okay, well, you'd play this and say, well, maybe you're dealing with people that didn't know how to read. No, this was a remarkably educated family. Donald himself is remarkably educated. We know this. It's why he's a professor. It's why he's been a writer. He's written prolifically throughout his entire life. This is not that family that didn't know how to read and write. And plus, again, here we have is an updated copy that was manually typed in. Let's pull that back up again. So all we have is her first and last name, Beryl Finnegan, spelled in a way that we have never seen it spelled before. Occupation, domestic, that could mean anything. It could mean she didn't have a job, she was working at home. We don't know what exactly that means, but they give us nothing else, not even her age at birth, which is remarkably suspicious. But the biggest thing here, which makes this almost a joke, I am not kidding when I say almost a joke, there is no witness to this birth, and it is not signed by a registrar.
Boom. No witness at birth and no registrar. Like, no information on the birth certificate, no information.
Guys, it's not signed by a registrar. Let me just slow this down for you. This means that this is not a birth certificate. This means no one was here and the birth certificate office didn't sign this and it wasn't registered. Every single birth certificate that we have seen throughout this entire series, from birth certificates from the 1800s, not even kidding, when we're looking at people that were born in 1880, 1885, all the way through to the 20th century in Jamaica, we have always had, here's just a sample one of who we thought was Beryl initially, but now we have our questions. You can see there is always a person that is present that signs off as the registrar of births, right? Because otherwise you haven't registered the birth. Okay, a birth.
Candace Owens doing her homework. Stephanie says, mother and father were into a lot of Freemason communists and government experiments. They stole heritage of the help, which they did. If you guys, check out Candace Owens. She did a whole series on this. They stole her heritage. They stole heritage of the help, but it's also strange how they cover up every single piece.
Registrar is a government official that is responsible for recording a child's birth details. So they officially document their existence, they document their identity, they create that birth certificate, right? You have to go through either a local health department or the government to get that. You go into the office, hello, I'm the birth registrar, I'm here. Hi, this is my son who was born a month ago. Can we get a birth? Sure. And then they have to sign off. There is no one that has signed off on that. There is no witness who was present, which usually you're legally required to have a witness. I could accept this if there was no witness, but at least a registrar who had signed off on it. There is none. So what are we looking at? What are we looking at? By the way, I want to point out that it tells us that this document...
Like, who is Donald J. Harris? Who is he? Milf and Coffee says, WTF is going on? In what timeline are we living? Why is it so hard to find origins of Kamala Harris's family? I mean, hadn't any war that could have destroyed any archives here in America. Stephanie says, her family secretly, SW, Candace, they said nothing is wrong. This is crazy to me. This is so strange. Shouldn't be her family so freaking proud of her heritage? Exactly. And, you know, the crazy thing, if we remember correctly, Donald J. Harris has not even visited Kamala Harris at the White House, which presumably he lives 5-10 miles away. You would think that a person would be so proud of their daughter to, be the presidential nominee for the Democrat Party. Nothing. Crickets. Ozzy says Trump is right. She is a fraud. Sally MJ, Obama's birth certificate. Yes. That is another interesting one. And Donald Trump mentioned that. He mentioned that. He's like, yo, where's Obama's birth certificate? Where is Barry Soetoro's birth certificate? How come we can't get it? And then they get it and it's fake. It's fake. Margie says the sister who spoke at the RNC, where is she now? Remember. Clearly, she invented her whole background. And this is what Candace Owens kind of breaks down in her entire video series. So, check out Candace Owens' series on that. Trump knew Kamala was Indian. Oh, man. Candace Owens actually has some very sweet merch. It's a red hat, and it says, "Make Kamala Indian again. Make Kamala Indian again." I wonder what is going on. And the more and more that we discover about this person, the less and less we know. It is bananas. But Stephanie says she's Irish, Indian, and Jewish. Yep. And her family owned slaves. And that's who presumably her grandma was, right? In her book, she said, "This is my grandma, my black grandma." But anyways, neither here nor there, because the race politics is crazy. But to think, right? To think of this. Oh, we're going to make up your background so you can appeal to black voters. We're going to make you black. We're going to make you black so you can appeal to black voters. What? Yeah. Sally says the black grandma was the help. Yep, exactly. Cool. I'm going to jump on out of here, guys. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section down below. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the moderators in the chat. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Before we jump out, King Bull says, remember, no one knew anything about Obama before he ran in 2008. It took 8 months to produce the birth certificate, and I still believe he was politically made puppet. Yes, exactly. Cool. If you're catching this on the replay, drop replay in the comment section down below. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. And I will catch you guys on the next one. You guys have a great night, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much.